a number of times, first in 1995, talking about a heavy workload in the various subjects in both primary and secondary school. And then later in 1999, a needs assessment was undertaken. It was found that the subjects were too many, and that the content in those subjects was too much, and that there was repetition across the subjects, the various subjects. The curriculum was then reviewed in 2002. You remember the number of subjects was reduced. And then in 2009, there was another summative evaluation that found that those who are leaving secondary school did not have the skills and job competencies for the job market. This is something also the Federation of Kenya Employers has raised. So there's been talk about this, and it's finally happening this week. It'll be led by the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Matiang'i. So that number, 2663. Let's break it down for you and what it means. And these are proposals that were put together in a task force headed by the former Vice Chancellor of Moi University, Douglas Odhiambo. This is what they were talking about. 2 years in pre-primary education, 6 years in primary, that's divided into junior primary and senior primary, and then this one as well, 3 years in junior high school, 3 years in senior secondary school. Now, some of the proposals here are that you can start to specialize in your senior secondary school, and there'll be possible divisions into those who want to do the arts, those who are into vocational training, and those who want to pursue the sciences, and that this is possible to happen there. Also, 3 years in university, and talking about scrapping exams altogether and ensuring transition from one stage to another without the big major exam, using continuous assessment tests to gauge your skills and your competencies rather than having one big exam. And this is what John Mugo of Uwezo Kenya talked about, saying the current system is set to glorify mastery of content over everything else, and, quote, provides too little thinking and application. So perhaps this is a system. And remember also there's a bill that you should be looking out for that's been proposed by member MP Joyce Lay, and she's talking about a number of issues. It's pretty similar to this that has been raised by Odhiambo, Douglas Odhiambo, talking about criminalizing schools that fail to take in students from one stage to another, and in essence removing the idea of points that then qualify you to move from one stage to another. Now, if this 2663 is adopted, then it could start next year, and it'll start with class 1s and class 4s, and also class 5s and class 6 to prepare them for junior high school. Now, this is what it could mean, that possibly the last persons to sit the KCPE, that's the primary examination, would sit for it in 2018 if this is implemented next year. And also for those who would be sitting for their secondary examination, those last persons to sit for the KCSE would do so in 2021. 2663 is the big number of the week that you need to note, especially as we go into those discussions later on this week. And that tonight is your number of the week.